outside. Hits the pitch to Johnson. He gets outside. He's in! Mario Johnson! 2-point conversion! The Warriors are on! Unbelievable! 22 points! 16 seconds left!
I think so. All right, welcome to Coach's Corner. We're here live. Nick, Billy, Bobby, I'm John Mastro, and for the first time, we're having Terry Virtue, the boys hockey coach on. Terry, welcome. Congratulations on a great year. You walked in and bingo, bango, bongo. Here you are, 13 and 2 and 2?
I think it's, no, I don't think it's 10-3 and 10-3 and 2.
10-3
10-3 and 2.
But
we will be 13-3.
I like this guy. Another 10 days.
Yeah.
So how did this come about? I mean, you coached the Ice Cats for a little while. First of all, 16-year professional career,
Yep.
which means you got paid for it, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And then you coached the Ice Cats for.
No, I never coached the Ice Cats.
Oh, you didn't?
I retired from professional hockey, went right into coaching junior hockey in the Western Hockey League, and then coached in the Canadian Hockey League.
So how did you come to Shrewsbury?
I have a lot of friends that live in Shrewsbury, and they got young kids that are coming up, and they said, "What better to have me coach right now?" So
And you live in Shrewsbury now, anyways,
yes,
right?
I live in Shrewsbury now. So moved back to the area about. It's been almost 5 years now. So got talked back into moving. I was living in the Pittsburgh area, and hockey was so much more, bigger up here. It was easier for the travel for my son and everything. So ended up moving back to the area. And I've always had a lot of friends. Ever since I was here with the Ice Cats, I was here for 6 years playing for the Ice Cats. So,
I remember.
yeah.
That.
So I just had a lot of friends outside of hockey. They just weren't. So we've stayed in touch with them, and we were happy to move back.
So
here.
the job opened. Did you approach them, or did they approach you?
Well, I knew the job was opening, and it was kind of one of those things that I didn't
did
wait.
you know the prior coach?
Nope, just met him. I met him the day we played St. John Shrewsbury.
Oh, okay.
So that was the first time I met him. So I had no clue, and I had a couple friends call me. Why haven't you thrown your name in yet? I'm like, not sure. It's about my time. I go travel to see my son play hockey up in Quebec, so it's one of those things. And so I had a couple guys twist my arm. So I said sure. Happy to get back into coaching. I enjoy coaching. It's kind of what I love to do.
It's your thing.
Yes, my wife is. She goes, you're so much happier when you're coaching hockey. So, she's happy to get me out of the house too, coaching a little bit.
Now, how old's your son, and where's he playing?
He just turned 19. He plays up for the Gatineau Olympics up in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. So he's been there since he was 16 years old. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, so I
College
said,
or no?
Well, he'll play junior hockey if the pro hockey thing doesn't work out. He'll go to university up in Canada.
Oh, okay.
Because he can't now, because you had to choose either junior route or the NCAA college route, and he chose that route. That's the route I brought to. That's what I went. I played major junior hockey up there, and so he decided that's what he wanted to do.
Now, I know he's your son.
Pardon me?
I know he's your son.
Yes.
But is he good? Has he got a shot?
If you asked me 3 months ago, I'd say no. The past month and a half, he's kind of turned the.
He's playing good.
He's kind of turned the corner where he's getting to be that kind. He's a lot better skater than I was.
18, 19.
Yeah. Oh, I was a late bloomer.
Different.
No, I was a late bloomer.
you were?
I was a late bloomer. I didn't like I had a friend tell me yesterday. He goes, "You weren't very good. You were 20. You knew that, right?"
So thanks for that.
Yeah. So I said, "Yeah, I knew that."
Well, if he ever decides to go to college freshmen don't start until they're 22 or so.
Right.
Well, that's how we kind of decided that whole thing. It was nowadays, like means when I grew up, they were offering us scholarships, but it was you're going as a true freshman.
Yeah.
Now they're going to play junior hockey till they're
or prep
20,
school,
21.
right.
No, 20, 21 years old. They're going to the USHL halfway across the country. The Canadian University is a little bit different, the hockey, but it's still pretty good, and they get a free education. He's got a great college package. They gave him a great college package to go there. As soon as we signed on the dotted line, he gets a certain amount of money put in a bank account for schooling. So it's one of those things that, he was in one of the best organizations. He got drafted by the Quebec Ramparts, and I don't know if you know, they get 12 or 13,000 fans a game.
Oh, wow.
They're in a brand new rink.
For junior hockey?
Yeah, brand new rink. So it's one of those things that he wanted to be there. We were there when he was young at the Pee Wee tournament. I don't know if you know the Quebec Pee Wee tournament.
Yes,
It's huge.
I've heard of it.
So we were in it. He went there, and he always said, he goes, I want to play here. I want to play here. And so he was lucky enough to get drafted by them and got offered a spot on their team when he was 16. So he's kind of been doing that. So
It's just amazing. My son played, so he was in the NBHL. That's back in the day when that was the only travel team, not like it is now. And I was always amazed that people thought their kids were good.
yeah.
And then we played a Canadian team.
Yeah.
And not so good.
No,
It's amazing. It's amazing.
But you know what? The U.S. hockey's came so far.
Oh,
now.
no, you're right.
It came so far. The skill is so close. I mean, nowadays, you can't really differ the two by that much. So.
Years ago it was that way, John.
Yeah.
Where the Canadians were that much better.
they
more
were
dominant.
Yeah,
But
much
now
Absolutely.
it's gotten a little tight. It's gotten a lot tighter.
Yeah.
So.
But like everything else, you're right. Teams catch up.
Terry, you step in, and Shrewsbury's now in Division One, the best division in the state of Massachusetts.
Yeah.
How is the state hockey overall?
Well, it's good. It's competitive, and it's well coached. I mean, you're going into teams that are well coached. I coached high school hockey in Pittsburgh area, and the talent level's not even close to this. It was funny because I got guys that are coaching junior level. They say, "How are you going to coach high school?" I said, "Trust me, the kids' talent level here compared to the kids in the Pittsburgh area, it's night and day." Hopefully they don't see this in Pittsburgh.
I don't think you have to worry about that.
They may not see it at the center of town. Never mind.
We do stream live over the internet, so maybe they might.
So it's exciting. It's been fun. It's been a good run.
So have you brought, well, obviously you have, but I mean, I'm going to ask the kids this too, and I'm sure they're out there watching. Are practices different? Have they said anything to you about maybe a change in the way you do things versus the prior coach?
I'm sure it is. I mean, I went from playing pro to basically coaching at the level my son's playing at now, at high level. I've tried to bring that to these guys. I've told them I will treat you like a pro. You guys act like pros. I will treat you like a pro, and you're going to have practices like pros.
Nice.
They probably won't be
keep it
happy.
moving?
They won't be happy about today's practice because they had 3 days off, and I treated them like I got treated as a pro. It was a hard one.
That definitely has to be a draw for Shrewsbury High School.
absolutely.
You know what I mean? It has to have that.
Yeah.
It really is.
So and
Absolutely.
I'm a big structured person when it comes to hockey.
I bet you keep it rolling too, right? There's not too much downtime, is there?
No, there's not. I didn't realize these guys. I told I coached in Pittsburgh and it was completely different. They started in August, but we only practiced once or twice a week. We played maybe once a week, but it was all the way from. I think we started in league games like middle of September till the end of February, March, and I didn't realize these guys are on the ice every day. I told these guys, I said, "You guys tell me if you're tired," because I didn't realize we're up until this couple past weeks we were playing Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, but practicing Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. So I said,
You still got the early time on Friday?
And I don't know how these kids love it. I don't.
That's funny.
You know what though? I got some older guys. Why they used to love it back in the day. That's why they tell me now. They would go to McDonald's after practice.
Before they go to school.
Before they go to school and cause trouble there, and then they go to school. The older guys are telling me that. So that's why they like the Friday. And then they'd also say we used to like the Fridays too because then we were all done. We didn't have practice afterward. We could go do whatever we want Friday evening.
Yeah,
I said,
and that's a good idea. That's a good thing
plan.
too.
I said, yeah.
Now I looked at the diversity. You got 6 seniors, 11 juniors, which bodes pretty well for the future. Then 6 sophomores and 1 freshman.
Yeah.
Did you make a lot of cuts? That's a lot of kids, 24?
So we have 2 JV teams, and my whole thing is about development. That's what I want. I want to make sure we're developed. Not just, we're good this year. I think we're going to be really good next year, but, I have to develop the younger kids too at the JV level. So we have extra guys. We have
So
extra
you
5
have
or
2 JV teams?
Yep.
So it's like a JV A and B, that's
Yeah.
what they call it now,
1 and
right?
2.
1 and 2,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I have like 5 or 6 extra guys skating with us every practice just to get the pace and get, I'm a big believer the higher practices, the more you get to compete against the older kids, you're going to get a lot better. So they're doing that. So hopefully those 5 or 6 develop, and then, I'll bring 5 or 6 more kids next year, and, hopefully that's the way I'm going to grow.
So
it.
those kids practice with you, but they're still skating JV 1 or 2?
Yeah, so all these guys know from day one. I said anybody that's not a senior can go down and play JV. I said if you're not gonna be here and work hard, play hard, I said you can go play JV. I've had a couple kids because we want to win, and I'm trying not to win at all cost. I want to get the kids playing time, but we want to win too. So some kids aren't getting all the ice time they want. So some
So
kids
you
have asked.
do sometimes 1,
Yes.
2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2,
Yeah,
1, 2,
yeah.
1, 2,
yeah.
3.
Yeah, I try to stay from the 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's usually 1, 2, 3. Maybe that 4th line, my 5th and 6th D don't see a lot of ice. So some of the kids have actually asked me, can I go play for the JV team? I said, yes. Yeah. Anytime you ask me, just make sure you go with the right attitude. I want you to treat it like you're here.
Right.
Right. Treat it like you're with this team. Do the stuff we're asking you to do. Just to have the good habits throughout the whole organization.
So how is the JV 1 and 2, how are they doing?
They're doing well too. I think they're doing pretty
Who's
good.
the coaches of the JV teams?
David Bellman is the one for the bottom one. So
Okay.
however we want to say
The
that.
2, the JV
and
2.
Todd Cooksey.
Oh, Todd, you kept Todd.
Yeah, good
Well,
guy.
Todd's been on the show
Todd's
a
a
million
friend with all our
times.
kids.
Oh, is it? Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
good. Yeah. So he's really good, and we communicate on a daily basis. He asked me who I'm going to send down and who's going to come play. So talk about that all the time.
And now they don't practice as much as you do, right?
No, so they don't. They practice, and they always got early morning practices. I think they practice twice a week.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So it's good for some of these younger kids to be able to come up in your practice and spend some time and see what it's like
Yes,
at
for
that
sure.
next level. That's a
Yeah.
good thing.
Yeah, it is.
That's
Yeah,
a good thing.
no, it is. And it helps.
So they're both doing good too? How are their
Yeah.
records? Are they?
I don't know exactly what their records are, but I do tell guys, like I know we've tied St. John a couple times, so I've kind of told our guys, I said, hey, when you guys go down, try to score goals. Like realistically, go down there and try to score some goals. Like don't just think you have to pass it off. That's what I want you to go is have some success down there. So
Right.
when you come back
Success
here, you're
breeds
really
success.
confident.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah, you're really confident. So that's the whole system we're trying to incorporate. So.
Awesome. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to bring three of the 4 captains on.
Yeah,
right?
one sick.
1 sick, yeah. Sam told me that. So we'll be right back with the captains of the hockey team.
Waiting for the break of day, searching for something to say, flashing lights against the sky, giving up, I close my eyes, sitting cross-legged on the floor.
just so you know, okay? All right, I know, I'm talking to them. Welcome back, he's yelling at me from in there. Timothy Fitzpatrick, Sam O'Connor, Matt Sande. Welcome, gentlemen, and congratulations on a tremendous...
No, my brother does.
Yeah, your brother is a
Yeah,
pitcher.
my
huh?
brother is.
Yeah. Bill Bobby was talking about that. I said, is he did the pitches? I said, I don't know. I don't remember. So 3 of the 4 captains. Drew is homesick.
Yeah.
Sam's kind of suffering from it a little bit there,
Yeah.
but he toughed it out and showed up. Guys, is it a huge change from Division III?
I wouldn't say a massive change, but definitely a change in pace in the game. Definitely, it's quicker. Teams are better. There's no easy games you don't show up to on a schedule, and there's a team where you walk in and you
No
can
offense,
walk
but
right
there's
over.
no, like, Worcesters and, you know, where you go in
Yeah,
and
something
score
like-
10 goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing like that. We're not getting into the double digits like we used to my freshman year, but it's definitely a lot better. I like showing up every game and knowing the team's gonna give you a game. There's no easy walkovers for sure.
No, yeah. Was last year, oh, you weren't there. Was last year a big adjustment? We'll talk to you.
It was a big adjustment. We lost a lot of talent in moving up 2 divisions because we skipped over Division 2 as well. Definitely the pace of play we weren't used to. Some of the teams from around the cities where the bigger schools are, Division 1 teams, are a little bit bigger than we are out here, a little bit faster, but it was a rebuilding year, which is what we needed. Every team has their ups and downs, so being able to kind of get used to it and then not losing too many guys from last year, so we had a lot of the team back this year, was good that we were all used to playing in Division 1 already.
And 2 years ago, we lost a lot of seniors, right? That was the year we won the state championship?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, you went from all those seniors to now you got all these young kids.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, you're going up to Division 1.
Yeah.
Tough. Tim, so you went to play juniors. How did that work out?
It was pretty good for me. I played 3 years, so I did 2 U16 years and a U18 year. Only for half a year this year. The first 2 years were great, and then the third year didn't have exactly what I was looking for. And I decided I just wanted to go to school next year, and I came back and I wanted to finish out high school.
Okay. All right. Coach, we always tell kids all the time, we want to ask you about them too, but we always tell kids all the time, maybe not on the show, but I always say, Billy and Bobby and Nick, if you're good enough, guess what? They're going to find you, right?
Yep.
I mean, we've lost some kids to juniors a long time ago too. Some kids that could play, but if you're good enough, they find you,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
All right, I want to talk to you. Tell us a little bit about each of your captains here.
Well, I'll start with Timmy. I've known him actually for a while because he's worked with me when I worked with him a lot because he was actually a forward and then he converted to a D-man all of a sudden. So, knowing him, but you know what? I know he's happy to be back. I think.
So you coached him
Just
individually?
just in doing skills. He would come
Yeah.
out when my son was out there. Matt would come out too and let my son shoot at him and stuff like that. So, but anyway, so Tim, I know he came back because why wouldn't you? He's going to college somewhere, but he's with the guys he grew up with having fun. I think that was a big part of him coming back, and he's unbelievable addition for us. He plays half the game for us, so it's huge for us.
Yeah.
And he's a good leader for the D. He always keeps a good attitude, keeps a smile on his face. So, but one time he likes to talk to the refs too much. So one time
Gets a little trouble.
Sam works hard. He's always hard working. He's very vocal, which is huge for a team. Helps us out, and just with everything, he's making sure the guys.
Now,
are on
you
board.
play D,
I'm a forward.
forward, center?
Right wing,
Right,
left wing,
okay.
whatever.
All right. Whatever
Yeah.
you need.
Wherever he needs me.
And then Matt, he's goalie. He's goalies. They're all weird. The only good thing is his mom and dad are from.
He's got nice hair, though.
His mom and dad are from where I'm from. So we're actually kind of from the same area in Alberta. So no, he helps out everything. He communicates with all the guys. He seems to be the organized one, right?
Yeah.
Is he the organized
Yeah.
one? Am I not
Takes care of
right?
the
He makes
business
sure the sandwiches are on the bus. And
Yeah.
we got
He's
stuff
got
for-
a, yeah, I want to talk about that too, but there's an unusual situation too. Now, he's the senior goalie,
Yeah.
and you're also alternating with the junior goalie who just happens to be his brother.
Well, so I don't know if you saw it in the paper. Like I don't know if you guys are best friends, but they seem like they don't fight, they don't argue. They seem like they're pretty close.
So
they're
they're
not best
unusual brothers.
Yes, that's what I'd say. And you can tell they compete. And that's what you want. Two guys that are, friends, but they're always competing. Only makes our team
Well,
better.
21 goals in 15 games is pretty good.
Yeah. So that's what I said. And it's always in the third period. Our team just lets the other team get 10 to 15 shots, so they always got to come up big for us in the third period.
Give them a test.
Let me ask you guys a question. Are you allowed to hit, is hitting a lot more in Division One than it is in Division
That's a
Three?
good question.
To an extent. I mean, yeah, there's definitely more contact, but it's like the game's changing. You can't really go out there and take a kid's head off. If it's a
No.
big hit, it's going to get called. But I think there's definitely more contact, but I think more smart contact, using it to get the puck, not using it to go out there and take someone's head off. More using it to help your team and help to get the puck to the zone, something like that. Keep the puck in your possession. So definitely a little more, but more structured, I'd say.
Yeah.
Tim, big change from juniors? I mean, is it more physical in the junior divisions?
I'd say like the juniors, like a lot of people focus more on skill, and like at the high school level, one of the biggest changes is like the emotional aspect of the game. You play in front of like everyone from your town, and it's like that impacts like the refs, the morale of the team and all that. That's probably the biggest change I've noticed. So.
That's a very good. I would have never even thought of that. It's great. I have to ask you a question. You began playing in when? The late 80s?
What are we talking about?
When you played.
My junior career?
Yeah.
Yeah, 80s.
Helmets or no helmets?
Yeah.
Face-
Visors, yeah, we had visors.
You did.
then too,
Never
yeah.
used a helmet in his
But
life.
I will tell you, when I was young, when I was like, when I first started out, like whatever they call them, mites now.
Yeah.
No helmets, no mouth guards, just a chin strap. Went out there and
Yeah,
had the little mouthpiece, the football mouthpiece.
See, they don't know because they're too young.
Yeah.
And well,
I don't like
you're-
to. I don't like to talk about that.
Even
That
I
just
know,
feels
I
old.
know. But even you're young. But I remember back in we remember, hip checks. It was hip checks. Nobody came in like this, and I think nowadays helmets have caused people to get their hands up, and the concussions. And have you had any concussions in the team?
Knock on wood.
Yeah.
No, but I think USA Hockey's trying to do a lot better job with that.
Okay,
I mean, I stress every day. I don't know how many referees or Shrewsbury people, but I tell these kids every time we make a big hit and the boards make a loud noise, they're going to give you a penalty, and it's just the way it is now. So we've tried to stress. I've actually had people say you guys are a really well disciplined team, and I think that's just came over time because I think I stress about it every time we know we're going to get a call. Like if we get 3 or 4 power plays in a row,
Yeah.
I tell these guys we're getting the next one.
Yeah.
So try to not like the other day we had 3 or 4 in a row. Tim gets the puck out, some guy runs into him, he gets a roughing penalty. It was just like, and he's talking to the ref, I go, don't. It was a bad call, but it's the way the refereeing is now, and it's kind of always has, but now it seems like they're so worried about concussions and head contact that every time
The trauma they're
time
worried
there's a hit on the boards and it's loud, and there seems to be a call.
Yeah.
Johnny,
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
It's from Matt. Question was, how long does it take you to do your hair?
Your brother.
I want to say maybe under 5 minutes. Not too long, but I've gotten to the point where I just don't like when my hair's wet, so blow dry it a little bit when I get out of the shower. I don't put too much in it, but I stay away from all that hairspray and stuff like that. So I don't spend a lot of time, but
There's
I
a
make
call.
it look like I spend a lot of
It's got to
time.
be his brother.
I got another question
Oh, wow.
from Matt also,
Uh-oh.
and it's about your hair.
Great.
Does it stay like that under the goalie helmet?
No, when I get sweaty, it kind of just falls over. It doesn't look too great, but that's what helmets are for. You're not really supposed to see the hair underneath.
Yeah. Nice calls.
Yeah, very good. Who your brother? Had to have been
Dad or
your
your
Has to be
brother.
one.
Dad or your brother.
I got to ask you guys too. Now two coaches, two different systems. I would think. How about practices? Have they changed?
Yeah, I think significantly. It was definitely just different ideas, different style of coaching for sure. Coach Turnblom was definitely more old school. He liked hard-nosed, blue-collar hockey, which is we still do that, keep that tradition here. But it's just I think we're looking more at all aspects of the ice. He was a big defensive guy, and we still stress that, but it's more of getting neutral zone to offensive zone, staying in the D zone, all that. But I think it's just definitely different ideas brought to the table, which is a good change.
Tim, you too. Now you played for Coach Turnbloom when you were
When I was a
freshman and
freshman,
sophomore.
Yeah, I think that definitely like skill and system is definitely stressed in practice a lot. We work on breakouts constantly, and I think there's only been maybe 1 or 2 games, the Natick game, where we really struggled with the breakout, and that's mostly because we work on it so much in practice. Just having those fluid movements and being able to slice through teams, neutral zones are really key to our success.
John, we got another question? Oh, I'm sorry, Billy.
Go ahead.
That's for Tim. And how do you get your beard like that, Tim?
I shaved the neck myself, but the grow out. I guess it's been like 3 months. So
It's genetics. It's
Yeah,
genetics. He's got
pretty
good
much.
genes.
Irish genes. So.
All right, quick question for you guys. How's the traveling? I know you got to go.
Yeah, you got to go a long way.
You got to go a long
sometimes.
way sometime.
I know in the past we've had a couple games where we were taking the school buses. Now we're taking some nicer buses. I know last year, our first game of the season, it was probably like a 2.5-hour ride to our first game. We had 15 minutes to get dressed. So the travel's not as bad as it has been in the past, but playing some of these Division I teams, a lot of them are closer to Boston, out in that area. So none of them are very close, but the travel that we have is a lot better than just taking a regular school bus.
Yeah, well, that's good. You're getting those buses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very good.
All right,
See
we only
this.
have a minute yet left, and I know it's still early in the process. School next year. What are you thinking?
I'm undecided. I've knocked it down to a couple schools. I want to study nursing, so I got into a couple nursing programs, and I'm just deciding sort of where I want to go
Which
now.
one?
Yeah.
How about playing?
I definitely want to continue to play hockey.
Maybe not at school. Though.
Maybe not at school, but definitely clubs, something like that, intramurals.
We
the
always
time
need
is
a
big
goalie
thing.
on our beer league.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat as Matt, undecided. I kind of got it down to UMass Lowell at the moment, but still haven't made any official decisions. And I'd love to play, but I don't think
That's
at
tough
the
up there.
NCAA level or junior level. I think I'm just going to keep it like Matt, keep it classic, keep the
Have
game
you,
going.
has anybody been in contact with you?
I haven't talked to
no,
anyone now.
Okay.
No. Yeah, for me, I'm deciding to, I've applied to a couple business schools. I've gotten into University of Rhode Island, a couple other schools.
That's a good school.
That's probably up closer to the top on my list. But I do want to continue playing hockey. I think, I look forward to going to a school and finding the right balance, whether it's intramural or club or whatever, and, trying to just thrive academically. And
I tend to, I think, and you can say it, come chime in, hockey players are like golfers. You can play hockey your whole life, and you can play golf your whole life. And hockey players are generally pretty damn good golfers. So it's the hand-eye coordination. Guys, thank you very much. You did a great job. Good luck the rest of the year.
Put a sack in his mouth.
I know. Good luck the rest of the year. Hopefully we can
Thanks,
change them out.
Terry.
Yeah, Terry,
No,
great
thanks
job.
very
Thank you
much.
very much. Thanks so much.
very much.
We'll see you next time on Coach's Corner.
Oh, wow, man. Wait a second, man. What do you think the teacher's gonna look like this year?